Well, Larry, we've got a call before we go back to our talking about drought. Dee called in and she has a Chinese maple. It's in a box and there's a hole in the box and she wants to know if she needs to water it more. Is that what she said, Marcos? It's 30 years old.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it's in a raised container, it's got a restricted root system, so it's not being able to go down to get deep water. It's not able to go sideways to get water from the rest of the yard. So yeah, that definitely needs to be watered at least once a week. A nice, good drenching. Again, about a half a gallon per square foot. So I don't know how big her bed is, but let's say it was 4 feet wide and 4 feet long. That's 16 square feet. That's 8 gallons. So literally 2 5-gallon buckets poured into that would be adequate.
And you want to, you want to go close to the tree? Do you want to come out to the edge?
I would try to fill the entire bed with water because the roots are filling that entire raised container.
Oh, the way they're spread out?
Yes.
Well, how big does a Chinese maple get?
Usually the roots will go out as far as the height of the tree. So,
oh, okay.
So that gives you an idea that, yes, this is going to fill up the entire container, but even in a landscape, you know, during these dry spells, I see people put their irrigation system underneath the branches and oh, I'm watering my tree. But meanwhile, the roots are still another 30 feet out. Those need water as well. So oftentimes the best way to water your tree is to water the yard. Because
then you're catching it all.
Then you're catching both the grass and the water's getting past the grass and to where the tree roots are.
Good. Well, Dee, thank you for your question. I hope we've answered it. Now, Larry, you have a few more pictures. Perfect question for us today because we're talking about this dry spell. So this was my question, Larry, about the containers.
Right. A lot of people ask, how much water should I put in a flower pot if I got plants growing in a container? Basically, well, first off, your container should have a drainage hole. And so I would add enough water until the water comes out the bottom of the drainage hole. That way you know water has penetrated all the way through the entire pot and all the roots are getting water. I've seen a lot of people splash a little water on the top, and just like that picture I showed a bit ago, all you're doing is wetting the dust at the top. You're not watering the roots. Next picture I had was just basically to talk about timing. Basically, we try to do most of our irrigation early in the morning. It's cooler, there's less wind. There's also not as much direct sun, so we're not, this picture shows you, we're losing a lot of our water to evaporation before it even hits the lawn.
That is so interesting, yes, yes, yes.
Also, if you water late in the day, like a lot of people will water after they get home from work and, you know, they're waiting for dinner to be ready, so they'll go out and water. If the leaves get wet and they stay wet all night, we get a lot of disease problems, a lot of leaf spot disease, powdery mildew. So I like watering early in the morning. And that way, as soon as the sun comes up, the leaves dry and we have little disease problem. And again, we have little water loss due to evaporation. And the last thing I want to mention about irrigation, especially if you have lawn sprinkler systems, is to check the sprinkler heads. This is a great picture. I see this all the time. The sprinkler heads are watering the sidewalk, wasting a lot of water. And this happens, you know, you're mowing, you bump into the sprinkler head, it tilts it. These need to be reset a minimum of once every year, probably even more often, especially if you're seeing a lot of this. So if you need to water properly, don't waste water. And people can contact me if they are seeing things in their landscape that just aren't right.
He can help you, I can promise. Thank you, Larry. We always appreciate your wisdom.
Thank you, Angie.
We'll be back with more lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.